Cleveland Escavaliers fans and you PMC fans alike. This is Phantom Base. We are here with our week 1 battle against Johan and the coach of the ShinRyu Pikachus. I am your coach of the Cleveland Escavaliers. I'm Phantom Base. Again, before we get started, leave a like at the bottom of this video showing your support. Now, right away, I just want to go ahead and get straight into the battle info. If you do not check out the team prep, make sure that you do. The link to everything in the description below, as well as his link to his channel. We are rocking it with Togetic, Zygarde, Mega Glade, Snorlax, Skarmory, and Victini. While he rocks out with Dompe, Malamar, Mega Charizard, X, Gudra, Seismitoad, and Jolteon. Now, right away, I wanted to try to get the Nasty Pass up to Zygarde as quick as possible. And I noticed that everything on this team couldn't really do anything to Togetic. So, even a Specs Jolteon couldn't OHKO us, so it would have to get a crit and then like a super high roll, even then I don't think that's possible for it to actually pull that off and kill OHKO us. So we decided straight away to lead out with Togetic, and we wanted to see what we were going to do from here. So Johan issues the challenge. We lead out with Togetic, he leads with Jolteon. So I was like, this is like worst case scenario for us. But I was like, I calculated and we could easily live a Volt Switch or Thunderbolt from a modest, even from a modest Specs Jolteon. But I knew right then he was Specs because of how much damage it did. Because we were specially invested. So the first thing I wanted to do is get a sub up. Now the first thing I regretted was not having Roost versus Wish. But we decided to go for a Nasty Plot because we were behind the sub. I was surprised Skull didn't break the sub. And so he decides to go for Skull again to try to break the sub. And then he crits it, so the sub would have faded anyway. But we decided to go for Baton Pass here. Make sure we get out of there. And we go straight into Zygarde to start to sweep. So first, plan executed perfectly. Now we go for Dragon Balls. We want to see gauge what kind of Seismitoad this was. We see right away that doesn't kill it, so it's kind of got a little bit of investment. But he goes for Toxic, so we know he's not Assault Vest. But it also means we're on a timer now, so our sweep is going to be short. But the one thing I do also know is that he can't really do much else to us because he knows we're special now, so his Scald isn't going to be doing any help, and he can't burn us. And then we go for Dragon Pulse, and I'm like, this is the one Pokemon that could stop our sweep, is Gudra. But then I noticed we can 2-hit KO this thing with Dragon Pulse because he has no special investment, or special defense investment. And we're faster too, so as we are EV to outspeed max speed Lucario. So, and he didn't bring Lucario or Azu, so literally Zygarde is unstoppable at this point, aside from the fact that it's poisoned. That brings in Charizard. Now he knows he has to Mega Evolve here because that's the rules of the league. And I was like, he's gonna outspeed us and possibly do a good chunk of damage to us from Dragon Claw. But then we outspeed. I was like, that means he must be adamant. Because if he's not, that's the only reason why we would outspeed him. We had to be adamant, and he had to be honestly less than perfect speed, I think. Now he goes into Jolteon. I'm like, here's where I make a crucial misplay that cost me later in the game. I decided not to go for extreme speed here. Because I thought we would live the Hidden Power Ice, but because at that point I was on the fence about whether he was Specs or not. But now I know he's Specs because he killed us after our Assault Vest boost. So he swaps out Jolteon here because HP Ice is going to do less than nothing to Snorlax. Snorlax gets a curse up, which is always good. Now the first thing this thing goes for is Knockoff, which is funny because that does almost nothing. We get a second curse up, which means that we're going to be doing a lot of damage here. So he's testing. Now what's really annoying is he goes for Hypnosis. I'm like, Oh no, he's shooting for. We almost killed this thing in a shot with a heavy slam. See, this is the one Pokemon I didn't prep for too much on his team, because it doesn't have a good matchup against my team. All of it needs is a U-turn with Victini. On top of that, he gets 2 sleep, or 3 sleep. He gets a lot of sleep turns here, if I remember correctly, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. So, we're going to say, okay, we can stay in here and live at least 2 superpowers. As you can see, that is less than nothing. Sure, he's contrary, but any attack is going to kill him. He's starting to get more health back from leftovers, which is ridiculous. So he gets a third turn of sleep, which is insane. So at this point, I decided, you know what, we're gonna have to swap out. The boosts aren't worth the issue that we're getting caused here, so we swap out Feminist. And we're gonna go out into Dogetic, try to sack off Togetic. What's funny is we actually live a +2 superpower. Granted, we resisted 4 times, but still. And so I thought it was really funny. And he goes for a Psycho Cut, revealing his last move. And he gets a crit at 5 HP, totally mattered. Next out, we actually end up sending out our Skarmory here. Because you know what? We can live any one hit anyway. He doesn't have any hazards up. Even if he goes for superpower, we can live a +3 superpower. And we live that so well. And I click counter because, yeah, I knew that would kill this thing. The Skarmory is amazing. And now, at this point in the game, I'm like, okay, he has to go out in a Jolteon, so I have to sack off Skarmory at this point, I believe. No, swap out Skarmory. I think I go into Snorlax, yes. I go into Snorlax here because I wanted to sack it off. I was deep, he'd lock himself in a Volt Switch, but nope, he decides to go to the Thunderbolt, so I knew instantly we were going to lose because I had nothing on my team that could resist at this point. But I thought, well, I didn't know if we were going to lose yet because I thought that Gallade would be able to kill with the Drain Punch, right? Here's that crucial misplay with Zygarde happens. Because I go straight for, he goes for Thunderbolts. I know he's faster than me, but I know we can live a Specs Thunderbolt, so I go for Drain Punch. And I was like, this is going to kill. No, it doesn't. It doesn't kill. So, had I gone for Extreme Speed with Zygarde, we would have killed this thing here, and I had coverage for both Donphan and for, what's it called? And we barely are in 2 KO range here. On Victini, I had to sack it off. There wasn't much of a choice. Actually, another misplay. I should have gone straight into. I should have sacked Gallade here, honestly. Let Victini do the work. But I was thinking maybe we could live that, but no, he gets a high roll and kills us. And so our last Pokemon is Skarmory. And he ends up killing off Skarmory, and yeah, there goes the game. So it was a great game against Johan. He played really well. That one misplay I had with Zygarde. If I had clicked Extreme Speed, it would have been game over in our favor. But misplays are misplays, and hindsight's 2020. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll get you guys next time. Bye.